Mary Jane's with the reptiles, with the Dior's, it's affection.
It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I wanted to do a follow-up video with Bityard. I know you guys probably seen some of the 30-second drops at the beginning of my crypto news videos. I wanted to do a follow-up. I did one maybe about 2 weeks ago that just went solely over Bityard and how easy it is to use it. But today I want to go over a compare and contrast between BitMEX and Bityard so that you guys can see a compare and contrast between the two right within one video. You guys know BitMEX, very complicated, even for a person like me who's been trading for over 10 years, 13 years plus. It's still kind of complicated, so I can only imagine how hard it is for a novice trader trying to get their feet wet in the crypto trading game. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. And of course, before we can even look at the platform, gotta show you guys this one, the infamous red notice, the important notice that says it is prohibited to access or use our services, including the BitMEX trading platform, if you are located, incorporated, or otherwise established in or a citizen or resident of any restricted jurisdictions. And if you're not aware, it's not only the US, there are a whole lot of countries that you can't use BitMEX in. So I know many of you circumvent that by using a VPN, and I think you should use a VPN anyway. Doesn't matter what site you're on, you should always use a VPN. I personally use Hide.me, but there are so many out there. Just go search on Google for a VPN. You should definitely have that when surfing on the net. But the problem with this situation and setting up an account with BitMEX and using a VPN is that if any point you log in without that VPN, they will flag your account and shut that account down. And you have, I think, 7 days to withdraw your funds, or you risk losing your funds. So that's no fun. I've had, many times in the past, some of my algo trading members have to set up new accounts because they forgot to log in. So out the gate, guys, that is the first thing that is a nuisance that you don't have to deal with over at Bityard. And I've told you guys in previous videos about how Bityard is a registered and licensed entity in the United States. Here's their license number here, as you guys see highlighted on the screen. So you have no problem, and you should feel at ease depositing and trading with Bityard because they're licensed here in the United States, as well as in Estonia, Australia, and in Singapore. So if you haven't set up an account, guys, use the link in the description of this video and pinned at the top of the comments for some additional perks. So after setting up your account, you'll be presented and land on the trading dashboard page. So simple to use, guys, as you can see. I'm not going to go into the details, but I just want to do a compare and contrast. As you see, you have Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Dash, EOS, ETC, that's Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Chainlink, Litecoin, Tron, and XRP, all there easily for you to toggle between. On the other hand, if you go over to BitMEX, you've got, very small at the top, you've got Bitcoin, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, EOS token, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron, and Ripple. But I mean, again, you toggle through here and you're going to see various ways that you can trade, various instruments under each one that you can trade. So under Bitcoin, you can trade the perpetual contract, which is a never ending contract, right? It doesn't expire. Or you can trade the June 26th contract. If I click that, you'll see the details on that. It is the XBTM20, and these all have the M20 part of it. The last three characters on this contract denotes what month this contract ends. So again, if you have no idea how futures work, you wouldn't have any idea what you're trading here. You got to know when this contract expires, so on and so forth. Like, it's just too complicated for most individuals. They also have a September 25th contract, and that ends in U20. If I go over to the actual contract specification page, you can see the U and the 20 denotes the expiry month, which is U, and the year 2020. Again, very complicated stuff. And to me, it's done that way on purpose. Most people aren't going to be trading these contracts or even know what contracts they're trading. Cardano doesn't even have a perpetual trading contract. Bitcoin Cash doesn't either. So the only ones you can perpetually trade without worrying about your contract ending would be Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. To the contrary, you don't have to worry about contracts expiring, not knowing what the prices are with those contracts. They're all priced in USDT. So you get to see immediately what the price is in dollars. So all of these contracts are all in dollars. This is what you want. Some of these contracts here with like Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, they're not even priced in dollars, as you can see here with the actual price for that market. You got the bid and ask, but the actual price is quoted in BTC. For EOS token, if I go to Bitcoin Cash, same thing. They've just recently put this current value in US dollars. That wasn't even always there. Just to let you know, you got to know what you're buying here when you're looking at the order book. You got to know what it is in BTC. Same with Cardano. So very hard to follow. In addition to that, you want to take a look at the funding fees for carrying trades overnight with both platforms. They both charge a fee, right? Because if you're especially if you're borrowing money, which is what leverage trading is, you're borrowing more than you have. There's a cost of borrowing that money. But the thing is, it's very straightforward with Bityard. I mean, the overnight fee for Bityard is calculated by margin times leverage minus 1 times 0.045% times days. So this variable here will change every day. It tacks on another number, another whole number here. But you know what I want to highlight is the fact that the fees for BitMEX are cheaper for only Bitcoin. That's the only one where your funding is less than over at Bityard. They charge a flat for all pairs traded. But over at BitMEX, and I'm going to zoom in for you guys to see this, at BitMEX, your funding fee is for Ethereum 0.09%. All right, that's crazy. For Ripple, 0.07, almost 0.08%. And for Ethereum, it's very close to being 0.1% every 8 hours versus what we have here for the overnight fee at Bityard. It's every day. So your funding fees are much less at Bityard. And let's talk about trading. Specifically, if you want to trade on your demo account, in Bityard, it's all within your same account. You just have to toggle between demo and live, as you guys see in the bottom left-hand corner. And that changes whether you're trading your demo funds or your real funds. No logging into a separate account and all that like we do with BitMEX's testnet. You have to create a whole separate account over at BitMEX to trade a demo account. Why is it that hard? I have no clue. So when it comes to placing a trade, again, Bityard, much easier. All of them are perpetual contracts. All you have to do, if I want to go to Bitcoin, I told you guys a few days ago that I was going short on Bitcoin. You would just click sell. It changes the button down here to sell. And then all you have to do is pick your leverage. It starts out at 20. I recommend nothing more than 20x on your leverage. And then all you do is select your amount. Easy enough. How much in dollars? That's the great part. You're picking it in dollars. Unlike BitMEX, where if I go here, I'm putting in my quantity. You know, if you look here at the bottom, contract value is $1 per contract. Very confusing, because if you go to any other of the pairs that aren't trading directly against the US dollar, one contract actually equals 188 or one Cardano coin. So what does that even mean? You have to know what you're doing here. You have to know how much Cardano is in US dollars, then convert it and figure out how much you're trying to trade. It's just insane. They make it convoluted and confusing on purpose, in my opinion, knowing that they have a majority of their traders at the amateur level. And so with the leverage as well, I mean, if I do 20x here on, or 25x I'll do for the BitMEX trade to go short, I'm just going to put in here $500 at 25x and go sell here, right? Hit the sell button. It lets us know what we're buying, the order value, cost at 25x. You hit sell. It opens the trade, and then all these windows start popping up. You don't know what the hell they're saying. And now you have your position open, but it's just so confusing. To the contrary, if I were to go here, hit the sell button, put in the same amount, 500, we're at 20x. And then down here at the bottom, you immediately see how much you're going to lose if this stop loss is hit. And this stop loss level changes up until the point where you hit the execution button, because it's based on percentages. If you click the settings button at the top there, you'll be able to pick your take profit and stop loss profit ratio. So I don't know why I was at 90, but typically, you know, you don't want to risk more than, I don't risk more than 2% per trade. And you can adjust this as well. But these are your default percentages for stop losses and your take profits, just so that when you place trades, you can be safe and sound and know, hey, when I place a trade, I've got a 10% stop loss with a 300% take profit immediately. just in case something, I'm not around, I'm asleep, it goes to the moon, at least I lock in 300%. Right? That's what you want to look at. So with that being set now at 300% take profit and 10% stop loss, that's a great risk to reward ratio, right? I always talk about that. So if I hit sell, again, it just shows you what you're buying, initial margin, that's how much you're putting up, fee, 14 bucks total, boom, that's it. You're done. Now you're in your trade. It's easy to see right here at the bottom. You can change your settings on this after you place your trade. So if you want to adjust it downward, you can do that after placing your trade. And the only thing I would say that is missing is showing your trades right on the chart. I'm assuming they're working on that, but as of right now, that's not available. But you can easily see what's going on right at the bottom, profit and losses in percentage and in dollar amounts. All right, you got your stop loss, you got the take profit, open quantity, all that is right there for you to see. Can't be any easier. And in addition to that, if you see that you're up with the P&L here at the bottom, if you see you're up on all your trades and you're like, hey, I just want to take the weekend off, I'm done, I've made enough money, you can close all trades in one button. Now you cannot do that over at BitMEX. You literally have to toggle through and find all your positions and hit the close, and you're going to get a prompt and your positions don't show up across all pairs. You have to toggle through all of them to see what active orders you have open, so on and so forth. So it just makes it way harder to understand where you are with things. Your margin balance, all of that is tied into and priced in XBT, which again doesn't give you a quick assessment of how you're doing in your trade. And so, you know, to sum it up, I just suggest when you're opening a trade, before you actually do your first trade here, make sure you set your defaults for your risk reward. All right, your take profit and stop loss reward. And if you want to hold trades overnight, it's important that you click that. Again, you will be charged that percentage times your leverage, but it is except for Bitcoin, it is cheaper on all other pairs. So just remember to do that and you're good to go. And one other thing I want to show you before we wrap up here, guys, is the deposit, right? So with BitMEX, you have to deposit with Bitcoin. It's the only way you can do it. We all know how slow Bitcoin is many times, even though with this BitMEX platform, I think they only need one confirmation before they will credit your account. But even one confirmation can take, in some cases, 30 minutes, 20 minutes for one confirmation, especially if the network is congested. With Bityard, you hit the deposit button. They give you multiple options for depositing your funds. Tron, ERC20, or Omni, which is your traditional the original USD tether, which was on the Bitcoin network. I wouldn't use this one. Again, it's just as slow as Bitcoin in most cases. And just remember that the minimum deposit is $15 for the USD. Okay, so this is where I would do it. It's at least on either Tron or the Ethereum network to get the fastest deposit. You can do ETH as well if you want. One other thing they offer at Bityard that they don't at BitMEX are the promotions for yourself. So if you hit these goals, you actually earn USDT for each of these goals that you hit. So for example, if you set your username valid for 7 days, you get $1. You bind your mobile phone and email, you get $1. Conduct a demo trade once, you get $2. Conduct a live trade, you get $2. $8 if you surpass 10,000 in trading volume. $18 if you do 25,000. So you can see the list here. It goes on and on. If you do over 500,000 in trading volume, you get 188 bucks back. So these types of deals you don't get over at BitMEX. And I just have to reiterate, this is not some fly-by-night exchange. They are registered in the United States for all my traders in the US. You can check their license number on the United States FinCEN website by just typing in their number there. So I hope that makes it simple enough for you to understand the benefits of using Bityard over at BitMEX. All of their contracts are perpetual, easy to use user interface, simple and clean, and there are a lot of perks for trading over there. And there are a lot of perks with trading over there. So get some perks by using the link in the description of this video and get started today. Let me know how you guys like it. Don't forget to set your default stop loss and take profit ratios so that you lock in those profits and limit your risk at all times. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out of here. Holla!